Hi there. Today I teach you what to do if your SLK Mercedes is not cranking and if everything seems to be okay, there are no fault codes or anything. So one possible place for problem may be ignition switch or starter relay or starter itself. So let's check how you can find if everything works or not. To find the starter problem we have to go to engine bay and go to the fuse box. There are a couple of dead leaves here. I haven't driven this car in a couple of weeks. So here is the fuse box. The starter relay or the pulse module is under this. There is one clip on this side. There is one more back here. Okay, now it opens. The starter relay or the pulse module is this box here. Let's pull this out so it's easier to reach connectors. Okay, here it is. This violet wire with white stripe goes to starter solenoid. I pull it out so I can demonstrate how to find problems, just to prevent engine starting. This thin violet wire comes from ignition switch. So when you turn the key to starting position, 12 volt comes to here. So let's demonstrate. I'll push this probe between connector and let's see what happens. Is it far enough? I don't know. Hopefully yes. I try to find good position so you can see something. Hiding here. Now I try to crank. Next thing is to check if engine control module tries to crank. So it should be, according to the wiring diagram, connector A, pin 2, it should be red black. I have here pink red on A2, but let's check that. When I turn power on, you should have 12 volts here. This is the starter relay coil end. So 12 volt comes to one end of coil and then the engine control module grounds it and then it cranks. I switch the power on. Okay, now we have slightly over 11 volts. Now I go and try crank. This should go to 0 volts as engine control module grounds it. Okay, now we know that it went near 0 volts. There was some millivolts reading. So now we know that ignition switch powers this violet wire, and engine control module grounds this starter relay coil. So now the problem should be, it may be on starter or on the relay points. Next we check relay points. I put this probe here. So this is the point where the power goes to starter solenoid. So when I crank, you should have 12 volts here. As you saw, we got voltage here, so probably our starter is failed. Of course, better to test with this wire connected, because it may show 12 volts without load, but when the starter is loading it, then it won't go 12 volts. We can test starter by feeding power to this connector by wire. I have some speaker wire here, hopefully this is big enough. So I put it here and then I push another end to battery position and it should crank. Okay, it cranked, so we know the starter is okay. So this wire goes directly to starter solenoid. So we know everything is okay here. Let's put all together here. But what to do if engine control unit didn't ground this wire? One possible problem may be shifter switch. It's inside transmission, but we can check the status from the engine control unit. So let's put this back and go to engine control unit. The wire we are interested in is connector D, pin 19. It is in this corner. It is red with black stripe. So transmission control module uses that pin to signal engine control module if shifter is in park or neutral or gear is on. The cable goes here, so let's measure it from here, it's easier to access. So red with black stripe. I push needle to this wire. So I put one probe to battery negative and then to this needle, what we have here. 46 millivolts only. I go and put gear on, let's see what happens. Gear is now on. Let's see what we have here now. Now we have around 10 volts. Okay, so when the gear is on, transmission control module, this should be 12 volts I think, but my battery is not very good condition. So voltage on this wire means gear is on, at no voltage means no gear. So this is one place where you may have problem if your transmission shifter position switch is broken. I think this is all for today. Bye.